Welcome back to Atlanta and Company, everybody. I'm Christine Pilara. Another adventure book is heading to the big screen. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, is directed by the man behind the Harry Potter movies. In the film, a young boy named Percy tries to avert a war between the Greek gods in modern times. Well, joining me this morning are three stars of the movie: Logan Lerman, who plays Percy; Brandon T. Jackson, who plays Grover; and Alexandra Daddario, who plays Annabeth. Welcome, guys.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. I'm thrilled to have you on the show. I know this is a very popular series of books. And tell us a little bit about if you had any experience, knowing the history and the background of the books before you got started.
I mean, I didn't really know anything about the books when I first got the script. I just, right below the title of when I got the script, it said Chris Columbus, and that's what really attracted me to this film. I mean, his, previous line of work, like Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
The Goonies.
Mrs. Doubtfire, I think he did too.
Yeah. I mean, those films really, really attracted me to the project. And then read the script, fell in love with it, and then fell in love with the series, and then it's kind of a sealed deal from there.
I was auditioning, and I told my little sisters that I was auditioning for a role of Grover, and apparently their whole school went nuts. And
no way.
Yeah, I didn't know the books were that big, so then I went and I started reading the books, and then when I was auditioning, I fell in love with the script, and of course Chris directing it. Whatever, it's a great movie. Like,
right.
He has a great way of bringing families together and everybody, and entertaining teenagers, young adults, and it was such a good experience.
How about you, Alexandra? How'd you get attached to it?
I also heard about the movie before the books, and I actually didn't have the script available to me before I screen tested for it. So I read the books, and I read the first book, and I fell in love with it. I was so excited to be able to do the movie.
Now, okay, Logan, you play Percy, who is the son of Poseidon, the god of the sea, which means, did you have to spend a lot of time in the water?
Yeah, a little bit of time. We spent, there's a couple scenes where you have to, spend all day underwater and all that.
Right.
But no, I mean, most of the time it was just preparing for a, a big sword fighting sequence or flying and all that. So there's like months of preparation, stunt training, all that went into it.
Really? Now, are we going to see a lot of special effects?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
really?
I mean, it's a big, visual effects driven film.
Okay.
It's great because it's like you got monsters like Hydra. You look at Medusa.
Yeah.
It's played by played by Uma Thurman. You got Rosario Dawson.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I bet.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the fact that, Brandon, you play Grover, who's Percy's best friend, and you pretty much have his back.
Yeah, I mean, he's a protector of Percy. He's the type of friend that would give his life for Percy. Not just that, he's half goat and half man. He's a satyr, which is, of course, I don't know if anybody don't know what that is. It's like if you watch Mr. Thomas off of Narnia. It's the same thing but different. He's from Brooklyn. It's set in modern day. We don't go off to this mythical land and wisp you off to this place. It's like it's set in Vegas, New York,
is cool.
And Nashville. So.
Oh, that's great. Now let's talk about Alexandra. You play Annabeth, the daughter of Athena.
Yes, the goddess of wisdom.
The goddess of wisdom. So what was that like?
It's great. I mean, we had a lot of sword fighting choreography and a lot of sort of boot camp stunt training. So I got to do a lot of stuff that I never get to do in real life. And we have some really epic action scenes that are amazing.
Well, that's cool, because I think a lot of people, as an average viewer, we often wonder, like, okay, are they doing their own scenes, or is that a stunt double? So you guys are going to be in there fighting,
we did all
getting your hands dirty. That's cool.
Yeah. One of the things about making this was, for a lot of the visual effects and action sequences, Chris and everybody didn't really want it to be all animated characters. So a lot of the times we're doing all the flying and all that, and then they're adding in the CG elements around it. So,
now, is that hard? Because for people who don't know, the CG, it's like basically a green background, and then the video and stuff is...
We're looking at a tennis ball the whole time, and you got Chris Columbus, the director, who's acting like pretty much a conductor, just yelling out things that you don't see.
Right.
So your imagination have to...
kick in.
Yeah, kick in. So we're just making up stuff, and they draw it in later.
Yeah. I mean, you always hear a lot of people complaining about how it's hard to lose yourself in that kind of situation, but Chris makes such a comfortable environment on set so that you can feel free to just imagine what you want to imagine. So yeah, you do have a lot of control in creating the opposite.
Well, and that's cool. And I think, like you said,
you got to
go back to that place. There you go. You got to go to that place in your head, and you have to just pull out that creativity and make it work for you. So you talked about some of the other cast members, Uma Thurman. What was it like also working with Pierce Brosnan? He's in the movie.
Amazing.
Now, who does he play?
Kyron,
Yeah,
who's the
Kyron,
teacher of all of us. And
Okay. So what's it like working with him? Is
He's a
just
great
cool,
actor, you know.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys, they're all, you know, we have such a great cast, and going to a scene with them, and, you know, someone like Pierce Brosnan, you have an installed idea that you can go anywhere you want within the scene with them. Because
Right.
they have such a vast and, you know, wide knowledge of acting. And just
Is it intimidating at all?
He's a cool guy. I'd say
it's more just playtime.
Yeah.
It's just playtime going to these scenes.
Yeah.
You go in and you know that they're great, and it's just a lot of fun to act on.
He's humble. He didn't come on and say like, oh, I'm Pierce Brosnan, you know, James Bond. But he does. The good thing about him, he does have that debonair quality.
Oh,
that
yeah,
he's
he does.
always like. We were on a plane in London, and we all woke up, and it's like a 10-hour flight. And like our hair is messed up, we got like sleep in our eyes, and he's the only one that wakes up. His hair's like perfect.
Right, I picture that.
Yeah, he had like
He's
sunglasses,
He's
looking
got his
out the
martini.
window.
He's like, hello, everybody.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy is really cool.
Well, what do you think, Alexandra, about the fact that, okay, so this is the man who did the Harry Potter movies, and so is there a part of you that thinks, wow, this could take off the way that those movies did, and this could be a huge, you know, thing that catapults you into just a whole new realm of your acting career?
Yeah, I mean, sure, I knew that this was a movie that was going to change my life. Working with Chris is absolutely incredible, and I think we all worked really hard to make an amazing movie that we're really proud of, and we had a lot of fun making it. And, you know, we hope that we can come back and do a second one and that people love it as much as we do.
Right. What do you guys think?
I'm humbled by the fact that we've got to all do this movie because it's just such a big situation, but at the same time, we just try to make a good movie. We don't think about
the future.
I mean,
Yeah.
we left the theater. The weirdest thing, you got like 1,000 screaming kids, and you're like crowd surfing they're like taking it out. You're like, they're like screaming. You're like,
Yes.
whoa, they really like the movie. So
Right.
it's just a blessing to be able to be a part of this.
Well, that's something you guys are just going to have to get used to. And today, you might feel more of that because you're going to Dunwoody Elementary.
Yeah.
How fantastic. How did that come about?
That's a good question.
I mean, you're going to the school to talk about the movie?
Well, there was a child in 5th grade that wrote this amazing letter.
Fourth grade.
4th grade, was
Yes.
it? I'm sorry, 4th grade was trying to petition for the 4th and 5th grade class to go. So it's just such an amazing letter that she wrote, and it really, I mean.
That's wonderful, and that set the ball in motion. And now here y'all are going to the school. Y'all are going to have students crying. Y'all are going to be like the next Elvis. I'm telling you. Yeah, y'all are going to be like, you know, they're going to have to get what do you call it, the velvet rope. You know, they're going to be swarming you guys. Well, best of luck with the film, and thank you so much for spending time with us this morning.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
nice
you for having
talking to
me.
you.
Thank
you for having
you.
us.
Thanks.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, comes to a theater near you on February 12th.